Okay, so this is Dear Mr. Frodo in Harugumo. He's divisioned up with a Gearing and a Z-52. Now, if I remember correctly, there were some pretty hilarious shenanigans that occur according to the description sent in. Have to see. How many of you guys have a Harugumo? And do you like the Harugumo? Let's think.
General quarters.
Alright, always, there's your code. You don't like her compared to the Kitakaze? Kitakaze, for the tier, is probably a little bit better, because it's got the better stuff. Harugumo is really sluggish. It's got a great rate of fire. I kind of think of the Harugumo as like a little bit of, kind of like a chibi Worcester, right? It's got the ability to put down serious firepower for long distance of time, or long range with those crazy arcs. It's got smoke though, so it can make its own concealment. It doesn't have to hide behind islands the whole time. And it's got those 12-kilometer torps that are well for things that decide to put in. Yeah, 17-kilometer, 32mm pen beams, right? Because you gotta remember the Harugumo and Kitakaze and Akizuki have 1/4 penetration. It means they can penetrate with their 100mm guns. They can penetrate 32mm. It's insane. It does still take 8 full AP pens from battleships. That's true. We've run into Harugumos in clan battles, and you can do dirty things with it, or to it. Your whole division is going in B cap. I hate going in B cap on crap because I find myself surrounded all the time. Sometimes I'm stuck just sitting behind this stupid island for like half the game, if not long. All that kind of stuff. Alzu, what do I think of the CV rework? That's a loaded question, sir. I don't know what to think of it. I think it's gonna be an improvement over what we have right now. Personally, I absolutely despise the current way that carriers. I don't like the idea of just constant strafey all over the damn place. I really hate that. I think carriers should be focused more on damaging other ships, just like every other class of ship is focused on damaging other ships. So I don't like the idea of counterplay and all that kind of BS. I'd rather see carriers that can focus on striking, doing damage, taking advantage of ships that are off on their own, that sort of thing. Instead, what we see right now is a lot of times when there's a carrier, everybody expects that carrier's planes to always be over them. So if I'm in a carrier and somebody's getting struck on the other edge of the map, it's my fault because my fighters aren't over. It's frustrating. So I like the idea behind it. I'll have to see how it gets executed. Hopefully things go well. I don't know, we'll find out. Josiak24, thanks for the follow.
Torpedoes to port.
You can test out the CV rework now on the public test. Get some ideas of how it plays and stuff like that. And that's true, you cannot deplane a carrier anymore. Over time, carrier becomes less and less powerful. Carrier strike package still has the same number of points. Oh, that's a big misplay by the Gearing. Is he gonna beach? No. Okay, so at least he's not going to beach, but still, watch how quickly he goes down here. Now, I'm pretty sure that dear Mr. Frodo has IFHE. He's getting those juicy penetration hearing. If you don't have IFHE, you want to be using AP. Not anymore, but earlier. But it would have helped. There's the kill.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Smoke generator started.
Alright, so using the reload booster there, torping the channel there, the idea being the Neptune could come around that corner. Not a bad idea there. Uh-oh. Okay, those are the gearing torps and missed you, no problem. Alright, well, unfortunately, you missed the transition to Neptune. You had AP ready for it, just in case, which is not a bad idea. But now, I would not sit in the smoke considering you were detected. He could have easily sent torp. John Bart crashes with Sace. You're getting a little aggressive here.
All stations, proceed to capture that area. All stations, proceed to capture that area.
Now, you have to keep in mind, the Neptune knows exactly what you're doing because you're on Hydro. You're being perma-lit. So, you're going to be in a position to counter you come around the channel, which is why you're stopping. Yeah. We'll have to see what happens with the rework server. It's just, you know, I mean, I would say, I would not expect everything to be perfect when it patch 0.80. I would expect it to take a good 6 months before everything gets fully balanced and figured out. So, if carriers are released in an OP state, well, I guess I'll finally be able to finish my Halsey tasks. If they're not, then okay. Then people won't be playing carrier for a while until they figure it out. You know, that's what it's going to be like. Alright, Neptune continued around the corner, which is interesting. I don't know if you've noticed him or not. You are being targeted, and now you're starting to get hit from behind. You want that Kerfur's dead, though. Hello, late Flutie Sniper Ducko. Got another replay? Alright. I'll send it along. I'm going to be doing one more replay, probably, and then calling it a day. And then, of course, next weekend I'll do some more.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Got a lot of replays recorded. At this point, start figuring out a way to start flushing them out, because I got replays recorded through, I think, like 10th or something. Well, you know, the problem with balancing it before going to live servers is difficult to know exactly how it's going to even perform. Like, those of you guys that play on the public test server agree that you don't play the same way on the public test as you do on your regular account. You're less about stats and how the game works. You just want quick wins for mission or whatever. Alright, so you're thinking that the Conqueror might come up there. Republic, the Conqueror, and the Hipper. Now, the nice thing about the Republic and the Conqueror is that they will both take full HE penetration damage from. Meanwhile, there's a group that's up to sea there that's just kind of wrapped. Nice. Okay, so you're able to farm Conqueror here a little bit from behind the island. Not a bad position to sit in. Problem is you're dependent on your team spotting it. The fact that you're detected should tell you the hipper is somewhere. Up, and there's the gearing. Okay. Full time. Gearing is using oven chicken.
Problem solved, sir. Smoke screen set.
We get to watch as the gearing melts. Now here's where AP comes in handy. You can see Frodo is changing to AP now. Torps aren't ready unless you want to use that booster. Careful here. So what Frodo's doing now is he's trying to get his rear angled so that he is a narrow profile for those torpedoes. A lot of people in their Harugumo will end up getting killed because they sit broadside smoke and then they just get. Right, the hipper has left the cap area, so just the Republic, the Conqueror, and the gearing you have to. Oh, look at the gearing. He got out to spot. A little impatient there. He's going to pay the price for that soon. He goes. That leaves you completely free to roam about. Hey, Cthulhu. What have you missed? Too much. We've been watching the Harugumo replay.
Defend that area.
Just typical dirty things with Harugumo.
Engine boost deactivated.
Amazingly enough, that Des Moines is still alive and that Grozavoy is still alive. So it's like your team is pretty much set up. Well, we won at C. Let's turn around and B. You don't want to do that because now you're going to get shot from both front and the behind. Always secure your flanks. Okay, so Republic is now pushing forward. Probably forgot that you're even here. You guys understand the object. Salt. Frodo being very patient here. You could charge forward and torp rush and then smoke and spot and blah, whatever. I don't know that these guys are going to push much farther, especially with that Conqueror sitting there. Grozavoy is now in C-cap. Hey, Griefer, thanks for the resub, man. It's awesome. Ranger CV time? What? Alright, so the Z-52 on your team is probably going for rear shots and possibly to go capture A. This is kind of dangerous here because you guys are stuck kind of chilling while your team is fine. Okay, well, at least the Des Moines is gone. Beautiful torp hits on the Republic there for Z-52. Now that's going to force the battleships to go forward into your torpedoes and your guns. Now notice he's slowing down and he's actually reversing now. I want to fire these torpedoes and then not get spotted as long as possible. Reload booster time, I think. Reload booster gives you the flexibility of having another torp ability if you need it. And he's coming out. He wants to get spotted for a second. Try to get that Republic to turn back in towards him. Fortunately, the Republic's going to do the opposite. See that? It says, oh crap, and you're going to take one torp instead of 2 or 3. Conqueror is gonna go down. Have to watch that Grozavoy coming in from up top too now. Yep.
Smoke generator started.
Public is dying. You're flooding him out. Now you torp the Conqueror and then go kill the Grozavoy.
Smoke screen set.
All be done in time for dinner.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Ivmei went and kept A for insurance. That's good. Although, there it is for the Kraken.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Now, Frodo could jump out right now and engage the Grozavoy, but I think he'd rather wait for his buddies to get up close to him too, so that together you guys can hit him. Those pings are probably RPF, but he's still in the cap. So he's probably going to be over here now. Yep. He went sideways to shoot his torps at you, and now he's kind of stuck. You're kind of stuck too, so it's going to be a question of who takes the most damage the quickest. He's got a repair party, you don't. You've got rate of fire and friends. He does not.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Nice battle there. Bro, thank you for sending that replay in. I'm going to do one more replay, and it's going to be the Cossack. Based on the votes, we're going to do another drawing. Still haven't heard from, I think, Star Force 2. You send me a message, and Bamalot for you. You get a community contributor container. Just send me a message on Twitch, and I will get that to you. So I'm still waiting on always